Good morning. We are on the last page of our math here. Looks like this, page 331. And we're going to start with number 1. All you have to do is measure your flower bed, so make sure to get your rulers out. And for the top one, you're going to measure this one in inches. You can see that the two little lines there, that's the signal for, or the sign for inches. And then the tulips here, you are going to measure in centimeters. And for number 2, what time is it? You're just going to make sure that you look at the hour hand is between the 12 and the 1 and write the time in the box. And for number 3, it says write the correct answer. So they gave you a demonstration of a kite that's cut into 4 equal pieces. I don't have a kite, so I'm going to use the pizza here. So they asked us, what is 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. So you can see here, I have my pizza that's cut into 4 equal slices. So each one of these slices is 1/4. So you can see that my 4 slices equal 1 whole pizza. So if we count up our top here, this is called your numerator. You count 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if we're going to count by our fractions, we have 4. And then we can see, even though each of the bottoms are 4, we don't add 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. Since they're all the same, we know that there are 4 out of 4 parts. So this is what it's saying, 4 out of 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 4. So we have 1 whole. So 4 out of 4 also equals 1, which is what you're going to write in your box there. So 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 from plus 1/4 equals 4/4, which also equals 1. So we can see that all of our quarters here, all of our fourths, equal 1 whole pizza. And then for number 4, it's showing us that this little shape here that looks like a house is called a pentagon, which means it has 5 sides. So the first question asks, A, how many pentagons do we have? Well, we can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then it asks how many sides in each pentagon. So we know we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides for each. And what are we gonna, or how many sides in all? So if we're going to count how many sides in all, we know that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 each one. So what are we going to count by to know how many sides we have for all? Well, we'll count by 5. So we'll have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So we have 25 sides in all. And they've helped us out here. They've given us our multiplication of 5 times 5. We know that we have 5 pentagons with 5 sides each, so 5 times 5 equals 25. And then on the last part of this page, it says write the sums and watch for carrying. So remember, even though it doesn't give you the boxes, you might have to carry. So you can do those 2 on your own, and then we will go on to the back page. All right, so now we're on the back side of our math page. It looks like this with the cute little bird down at the bottom. And we're going to be learning about Roman numerals. So the top just asks us to write the number for each Roman numeral. And Roman numerals are actually letters. So like this one here is an I. This one here is 2 I's. So 1 I just equals the letter 1. So it kind of says its name here. So if you have 2 I's here, we know that that's going to be 2, and 3 is 3, and then this one here, the IV, so this just means, it kind of looks like our I here, our single I, so it's 1 before 5, so IV, 1 before 5. Now what would that be if we had, what's the letter before 5? We know that's 4, and then just the V is 5. And then if we come over down here, we can see it's VI. So we know this is 5 and an I, which is 5 and 1. So what's 1 after 5? We know that that is 6. And then we have VII. So we know we have 5. And then if we look at the 2 I's here, so if we have 5 plus 2, we know that is 7. So the VII for 7. And then here we go VIII. So if we know that the V is 5 plus 3 I's, which we know 3 I's equals 3. So if we have 5 and 3, we know that's going to be 8. And then we go here, so we have IX, which is 1 before X, which is 1 before 10. So we know that is 9. And then X here, we know that is 10. And so then for the bottom, or the next part here, it says write the Roman numeral for each number. So now you're going to go back through and you're going to draw the Roman numeral, or write out the Roman numeral for each number. So like for the first one here for box 1, you're just going to draw one I. And then like for box 6, you're going to draw the VI here. So just the Roman numeral for each number. And then we're going to go down to the middle here for our greater than, less than, or equals to. So the first one, we have VII and X. So we know that the VII, well, this is 2 after 5. So we know this is 5, 6, so we know that equals 7. So it's okay to write your numbers up here if you need to. And then we know that our X, if we need to look back at our paper, we can see that our X equals 10. So we can see, okay, well, what's bigger? Where are we going to draw our mouth? Well, we know that 10, the X, is bigger than VII, so we're going to draw our mouth towards the 10, saying that the VII is less than X, which means 7 is less than 10. And let's try the next one here. We have IX, which if we need to look at our paper, we can see that IX equals 9. And then we have our 4 here. So we know that it's asking 9 or 4. How are we going to draw our mouth? Well, we know that our hungry friends are going to want the biggest number. So we are going to draw our mouth open to IX, which equals 9, saying that 9 is greater than 4. And for the next one here, we have 3 I's, III, and 3. Well, we can see that the 3 I's equal 3. So we know that 3 is equal to 3. The III is equal to 3. And for next one here, we have IV, which is 1 before 5, which we know that is 4. And then we have 5. So we're going to draw our mouth to the bigger number, saying that 4 is less than 5, or IV is less than 5. And for the next one here, we have 5, and we have X, and we know that X equals 10. So we can see that 5 and 10, we know that we're going to draw our mouth open to the X because it's the larger number, saying that 5 is less than 10. And for the very last one here, we have VIII, which remember this is 5 plus the 3 I's, which gives us 8. And we can see 1 before X, which is, we know 1 before 10, which is 9. So let's see, we're going to draw our mouth open to the larger number, saying that VIII is less than IX. So 8 is less than 9. And for the next one here, number 4, draw tally marks to represent the Roman numeral. So I'm going to help you guys with the first one, and then you can do the other 2 on your own. So for the first one, we have VI. Well, we know that VI, this means 5 and 1. So 5 plus the 1 here in your 1I. So we know this is going to be 6. And now we just have to draw tally marks. So we know that we go 1, 2, 3, 4, crossover for 5 because we're grouping the 5 together. Plus 1 more is 6. So we have 5 and 6. And then the X and the IV you can do on your own. And the bottom part here, it just says write the sums. So all you're going to be doing is adding those together, and a lot of them are doubles, so you guys can do that. All right, and that's it for your math today.